Another one of the shapes, which is very useful, again, I put it back, I like to start with the ring, is to put it into what's called the dodecahedron or the ball. And you just kind of collapse this to make that happen. There's the dodecahedron or the ball. You can do that again in the chaos, go back to this, and then we just kind of I often get it in that shape before I go into the dodecahedron. And you know, you don't have to do it the way that I'm showing you. I'm just showing you a way. These are very versatile. You can make the shapes, you know, using different techniques. Matter of fact, I think if you look at the creators' videos, they will not be the same as the way I do it, but this is what works for me. Again, I go back to the ring, and then I just need to get all of those, and you kind of learn eventually what pattern will be on the dodecahedron. And you can, these do stick together a little bit, so you can sometimes make a shape where you do that, where you stick these together. I'm not finding, there we go. You have to get just the right ones to get the magnetism. But I will show you another thing that is one of my favorite building blocks for my art. It is to take one of these dodecahedrons and put a square inside. So first I want to show you how do we get back to our square from wherever we are. Again, I squeeze this to get back to my ring. I go to my ring, and then I go to a star by this process. And once you get to the star, you can just collapse it back into the square. Okay, so I'm going to do that again here. We're going to go to the ring. This is actually, I didn't mean to fall into this shape. We'll get to it later. This is called the snake. And it's nice because you can go to other shapes from there. But go back to the ring, then I can put these in and turn this one, and then just do this, and I get back to my star. And then you just collapse the star to go back into your square. Oops. Okay, do that again, just so that you make sure that you've seen it completely. Sometimes it's hard, and I try to keep my hands out of the way, but that's really hard to do too. Okay, now to put a square inside the dodecahedron, you just find one of the places where it opens. You also need to know where your square is going to open, and then you put that right there at one of these openings, and then you push this back into the dodecahedron. And then, this is what's fun, when you open it up, you have all kinds of interesting shapes you can make, and then you can use those to make other designs. For instance, we'll open this one and make it into the ring. Then we will make a dodecahedron, and then we'll find where this opens is right here. So then we'll this opening, and we will put this in there. Squeeze this back around it, and there we have opened that and made this shape. But there are other shapes you can make. Then you can put these together like this. Or you can put them together like this. And you can tell if you had another set to go in over here, then this is a basic building block that I use a lot because I like it. I think it's very pretty. and it's pretty on both sides, so there's just a lot you can do with that. So that's a lot of the basic ones. One of the other ones that is considered a basic one, we'll go back to that. We take these apart, go back to the ring, and we can kind of squeeze that to go to a, well, that's not what I want. Okay, so here's another one that we can make from the ring. We can kind of squeeze this together like, that's not it. Take two. So that's some of the basic shapes that I've shown you. The crown, if you want to get back to the crown, then again, what I would do is go to the ring, go back to the star, and then all you have to do is pick one of these little pointy parts of your star and put it together. And another, I'll show you one more design that I really like a whole lot. Maybe I'll show you a couple. Okay, so if we go back to the ring, and then we make, well, that's the UFO. Instead, we want to make the star. Okay, then we can choose, again, we can put this little centerpiece there, or we could put we could have had the fireworks in there as well. But another design, I said that was the crown that I'm going to show you, is if you go back to the star and you do this crown, another thing you can do is to take this one and put it underneath that one, and then you get a little different shaped crown. So if we have the star again, and we do this, whoops, to make the crown, and then I want to take this one to go underneath that tip, and then this one, I want to take this tip to go underneath that tip, and I got that one, and then this tip, I will make it go underneath this tip. There may be an easier way to do that, but that's the way I do it. And then, again, you put the four of them together and you get this design. And you will see this one sometimes on the brochures as well. Let's see if I can, well, I can turn it over this way. And you can see what the other side looks like. Or we can turn it back over. This side I think is prettier. But then there are a lot of other things you can do. You can put these together in a way that makes two of them. Okay, so you could put this side, you could match that, and there's two of them. So you still get a very, and then you can sometimes, when you do that, put them together in interesting kinds of ways as well. Like maybe stack them on top of each other and see how that looks. So there's just an infinite variety of ways that you can put these together. And I have a lot of fun doing that. Okay, let me show you one more thing, and then that will be the end of this video. So let's go back to the star, and we're going to go back to, we're going to make this one. Let's go back to our ring, because that's easier for me. And we're going to make this into a dodecahedron. And this is one that you'll see a lot too. You put the dodecahedron in the star and you make that shape. So when we had our star, and we have them combined. If you recall, we put those together. Let's go back to the star again. And we can combine this one, like this. Okay, so now there's 3 stars here and a dodecahedron. So as you can see, you could have put 4 stars like we did before. We're going to go back to the ring and make our star. Okay, and if we put the 4 stars together, which is a simple but really nice design. There's several things you can do with this, and I didn't bring extra Shashibos to show you. You could put dodecahedrons inside of this, and you can put UFOs on this. So maybe I will show you that. Okay, so I'm going to show you one more thing. I went and got some more Shashibos. So you can put the dodecahedrons in there, and you can do that on all sides. And actually, when you do things like this, it makes the whole thing a little sturdier too when you get more of these together. And then we really wouldn't need it on the bottom since that one's not going to be shown right now, but we could put it on the bottom too. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's confetti that I added because that's what I had handy here. All right, there's the 4th one. So you could put these dodecahedrons in there and get a different, artistic view. Then the other thing you can do, and I did chaos for this too, is you can put UFOs on these. These are just perfectly shaped for the UFO. And again, you can do 4 of those, and then you get this beautiful dodecahedron. And this is real funny because this is smooth, although even with the video it looks like this is going in. So that's a different view, and this is a different view. So you can see how artistic you can be with these. It's just, I'm having a blast creating my artwork and sharing it with you. So please subscribe. If you subscribe, then I think you'll get notified of some of the extra things that I put up there. So if you like this, please say like and subscribe, and I will make some more videos in the future.